We'll try this a little differently. There's no objective here. You must have an objective. Look at the samples. And the job here, your job title is not listed. What was your job title? Cleaned the department. What department did you clean? Tagged items in the largest department. Which one? All of this can be fit on one page. There's one, well, anyway, there's one or two sentences on the next page. Fit it all on one page. You can do that. Then here, if you would look at the samples sent to you, put McPherson College, McPherson, Kansas, graduating right over here. You don't put when you've been there, just when you're going to graduate. Then your major is not your Bachelor of Science degree. That's your degree. Degree, Bachelor of Science or Bachelor of Art. Those are your only two choices. And then your major. What are you majoring in? You have no idea here. It doesn't say what you're majoring in. Your major is not Bachelor of Science. You've looked at the sample resumes. Is this formatted correctly? There's a couple different ways to format the top of a resume. This has lines starting all over the place. Graduating May, and the 2022's over here, McPherson, Kansas. Oh, come on. Make these so they fit correctly. And then put all this over here where the rest of this is. And here, everything does not come down in a solid line. You have to be consistent. You have to be consistent with where things begin and end. Objective: to obtain a position with the McPherson County Highway Department and hold the temporary internship job with the NRCS. Is that two different jobs? Is it one job? Hard to tell. Again, with education. McPherson College, McPherson, Kansas, graduating, underneath it, your degree, Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Science, and over here, your major. This person doesn't have a major. Up here it says Bachelor of Environmental Science. No. It's Bachelor of Art degree or Bachelor of Science degree. Your major is Environmental Science. Down here, tenses. If you're still working at a job, it's present tense. If your job is in your past, the verbs you use are past tense. Now here, this is just all typed much too small. And again, the education stuff isn't right. The name has to be bigger than everything else by a little bit, not a huge amount. And bolded. There should be a space before and after these two lines. This looks too crowded. You do not put your high school information on your resume unless you have gone to some type of a magnet high school that makes your education special. If you were captain of the football team or editor of your high school yearbook, you could put those things under activities and things you've done. But your high school doesn't go here. If you're in college and you send this to somebody, they assume you've graduated from high school. So unless it's a high school that's a special high school, it's not relevant. And here somehow, this line of type, just this one line, is a tiny bit smaller than all the rest of the lines. Now, how did that happen? Yeah, check type sizes. Certifications. What years? Are you still certified or not? They'll want to know that. And then down here, skills, problem solving. What are you good at solving problems in? Design of nuclear subs? Blueprint reading. What kind of blueprints? Atomic energy facilities? Over here, skill, troubleshooting. Marriage problems? Income issues, depression? You have to be specific, and the things you list for skills need to be those things that you began working on identifying in the branding exercise that we did. Things that are unique to you that make you stand out. Everybody, the person who reads this, anybody they're going to hire is going to be able to solve problems. It's going to be able to read different things that you have to read for that organization. It's going to be able to troubleshoot. Those aren't specific to you. They're things that every employer is going to want in the person they hire. You have to be consistent. These two areas have capital letters. From then on, they don't. So you'd make a decision. The headlines for your sections either have to be all bolded, all, or all just the first letter bolded. But be consistent, one or the other. Spelling. Plumbing, P-L-U-M-I-N-G. It's the wrong spelling. Somebody's going to look at this and say, that person is not smart enough to work for me. Yeah, and you put your most recent job first and work back in time. Put your most recent job first and work back in time. FHA CDE coach. Will the person reading this know what FHA or CDE is? Now, I happen to know what FHA is, but I have no idea what CDE is. Will your reader know what that is? If not, why is it on here? And you need the state and city. The state and city here. Okay, I just want to read over a few things on the checklist for a quality resume. Your first thing on the resume is what people see needs to be your name, bolded and a little bit bigger, whether you center it or put it all off to the left. Then you'll have an objective to obtain with what kind of an organization or business. Your education section comes next. High schools are irrelevant unless you attended in a foreign country or went to a very special magnet school here in the States. If you've attended multiple higher education institutions, your current one, McPherson College, comes first. Format your resume, the education section, like the sample resumes showed you. Your experience. Do you bullet your duties and your accomplishments for each job? Do you have a city and town and state listed for each job? Do all your duties begin with an action verb? Are they past tense or present tense? Skills. Not just personal attributes, but particular skills you have. How about awards, special achievements, accomplishments? Scholarships. Many of you got scholarships to come to McPherson College. List them at the end. How many languages do you speak? Did you list any mission trips you may have gone on? Have you listed any skilled volunteer things that positions that you've held or activities you may have assisted with? Raking leaves in the McPherson Cleanup Day in the spring is not a volunteer activity to put on your resume. If you've worked at something that needs a skill or you've done it over time, that's worth listing. If you're an AR student, have you listed the vehicles you've worked on and some of the things you've done with the vehicles? Have you listed any unique interests or hobbies you have? Unique. Something that not everybody does. Very few people might do. Have you traveled in and or lived in other countries? Have you double-checked your grammar? Have you checked that there are no full sentences or any statements beginning with the word I? You do not begin anything with the word I in a resume. Are all appropriate lines either flush left or flush right? Have you checked to make sure that all information on your resume is relevant to sharing how, what the person reading this can see that will convince them that you know how to fill the job need they have. Best wishes. I look forward to reading better cover letters and resumes. And I urge you, in fact, you really must look at the sample cover letters and resumes sent to you during classes on Bulldog Connect in the recent past. If you send me things that are not formatted that way, you will not have done your best job and you will not get the grade you want. Follow the formats that are in those example cover letters and resumes. Have a good day.